Hello and good morning. So welcome to our next Lunch and Learn session. It is the 12th of March today. And, just because I'm in Cape Town and because we have to say it, oh my gosh, isn't everybody just melting? Right. But now that we've got that out of the way, it's a great opportunity to spend a bit of time together and just take a little bit of a lunch break and learn something new in digital marketing. Okay, so today we're going to look at video first content, and I want to make sure that we can create engaging shorts and reels on a budget. Why is this important? Video trips up most business owners. We see it time and time again. We start working with businesses and they just are uncomfortable in front of a camera, or it just seems like too much effort. I met somebody recently who said they've got like 150 different videos all filmed on their phone raw because they just can't get around to the editing. It feels like too much work, all of that. And all of these things hold us back from our best marketing efforts. And I'm going to give you a little case study today as well, so you can see what a big difference just getting something up there can make for your business. Because unfortunately, video is no longer optional. It has to be part of your content mix. If you don't have any video, the algorithm does not love you and you are falling behind. And unfortunately, we need to make sure that we're always staying on par and up to date so that our marketing works. Otherwise, we're wasting our time. Okay, so we want efficient time use, which is going to actually get you benefit in your business at the end of the day. And also, if you are competing against big businesses, there are smart ways that you can make sure that you're being agile and flexible and visible and connecting with that target market and swiping them out from underneath their feet. I mean, why not? Why not? Where there's opportunity, we really should be grabbing it. So by the end of lunch today, you'll understand why video first is the rule for marketing at the moment. Affordable tools and phone-based workflows, which will just help you produce some engaging content fast, and a couple of different tactics which you're going to be able to make use of to really elevate the content in those videos as well. And then a little bit of, how do we optimize for each platform without actually overspending? One of the biggest costs in design work, so I'll give you an idea, we've got a big client, they've got a nice big design retainer, and getting the single format for every advert every month is not a problem. We do about 60 ads for them, to give you an idea. It's a nice big account. But each of those ads then need to be resized into at least 6 different sizes for the likes of Meta, Google, website, the likes, and the resizing can be the expensive part of the exercise if you're not doing it well. So that's what we want to address. And then how you can measure those results and scale your efforts sustainably, very important. All right, so digital happiness. If you haven't met me before, my name is Tamsin Haley. I started this company almost 8 years ago, and we've developed from just focusing on social media to holistic digital marketing environments that drive results for businesses. If it's not earning its keep, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And we want to change that. And part of this is these sessions, which is, power through education. Very important. If we don't know what to fix, how do we even start? So why does video dominate in 2026? Now, short-form videos rather, are the number one ROI driver, and most use format actually driving return on investment, even if it's an organic post. Okay, so we've been taught to know differently. Organic content does not create a ROI or return on investment for our business, but short form video is flipping that on its head. And it's well worth taking notice and getting involved, all right? So we're looking at 15 to 90 seconds. And when they say vertical, I'm just going to show you my phone quickly. Vertical, not horizontal, because TikTok, okay, that platform has become the market leader when it came to disruption in video content. So that's why we have that. I mean, it's only because of TikTok coming to life that we have Reels on Instagram and Facebook, okay? So it's all led and driven by that. So your short form delivers your highest engagement. 49% of marketers say so. Okay, so this is that little stat there I did get from AI. So do a little web internet search and give me all the information. That's what that is. And 73% of consumers prefer to learn about products or services before they're purchasing it, especially if they are part of our younger generations. Okay, Gen Z, millennials, we like to research things. I'm not saying that anybody else doesn't, but we like specifically to use social media to research. particularly Gen Z. And I know they're still young in our market, but guess what? They're in jobs, they're spending money, and they are your customer of tomorrow. So we need to be making sure we're talking to them as well. And even if they're not going to be purchasing from you right this moment, you need to start having a conversation with them. Platforms that prioritize it: TikTok, Reels, Shorts. So we're looking at Reels, which is Meta, Shorts being YouTube, and they really drives discovery. Okay, so that's very important, and it's a good way to get in front of more people. Now, the trends are serialized content, so especially like episodes, really, really good, helps build loyalty. And then authenticity is definitely beating polish and AI. Okay, so even if you shot something and you don't love it, it's fine. Angle not right, fine. You don't need to even over edit it. I had somebody saying to me the other day, they felt like they never have time to shoot video. So I said, well, tell me about your day, Turns out they go for a walk every day. So, well, even if you're just going for that walk, that's a great opportunity to create content, and it's authentic. So people are going to connect with it, and that's what's really, really important. And your first 2 to 3 seconds are incredibly important to hook that audience. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on that a bit as well. There is absolutely no need for pro cameras or teams. Your phone and a couple of free edits is it. Now, phones these days, I mean, when I started in marketing, we were trying to tell everybody, don't use your phone. And at the time, that was relevant because the quality was grainy. It just wasn't professional enough. Phones these days are brilliant, and you've got absolutely no excuse not to be using them. I've got the Samsung S25. Very impressed with this camera. If you've got an iPhone or something equivalent, and even if you don't, it doesn't have to be the most latest, greatest. Cameras and phones have been great for a while now. So, make use of the opportunity and use it. So we need to shift our mindset. Budget-friendly video wins, okay? So this whole idea of I need fancy equipment, I need the studio. No, you don't. You actually just need to be shooting content and getting it out there. And we've literally seen, I've done my own test, which I will show you about in a second, where this kind of content just shot on a cell phone, edited a little bit, popped up online, not polished, performed better than branded content by the same brand. Okay, phenomenally better. So, right, essential, we want low or no cost tools or setup. So you've got your phone, great. You've got some editing apps. Now, CapCut is a fantastic option. It's good to have it on your phone. It's got some good AI tricks and tips that it can do for you as well. It doesn't always work. AI is not perfect, okay? Let me say that. You could lose an arm, a limb, a nose, a badge on a car. We've seen some interesting stuff. So, keep that in mind, but make use of it and play with it. InShot, also really, really good. And then the VN video editor. Also one that I discovered recently, which I'm having a lot of fun with, is Instagram. If you go into Instagram, you go up to stories, you go to collage, you can create a little video with the soundtrack, with cutouts or no cutouts if you don't want that as well. And you can download that straight to your phone and then distribute wherever you would like to. So, there's lots of different things and lots of different ways that you can make this work for you. Some AI, so musics and sounds, do some TikTok trending audio, Instagram music. There are other royalty-free spaces where you can go and find different tracks that could work for you, and some AI helpers as well. Like we said, CapCut's got that, and ChatGPT could also help you with scripts or hook ideas if you are feeling stuck. AI is here to make your life easier, where you're getting creatively stuck. And even if you sort of just go, oh, I don't like that, you've got a base to start from, and you can change what you don't like. And then just a bit of a quick demo idea. You could show 30 seconds of CapCut edits in a simple phone clip, add text, music. I mean, it can be so quick when you actually are just changing up what you are doing. So here's a couple of core strategies for engaging shorts and reels. Okay, so that's what we're focusing on today. Number one, get a hook in. So what you say in the first couple of seconds can be make or break for that video. Start with a question, a bold statement, a surprising visual. You've got the opportunity to be slightly controversial here even, or talk about a pain point that a client has specifically. So here's an example from a local bakery. This mistake ruined 50 cupcakes, and here's the fix. Brilliant. Okay, so You're going to go, oh, what mistake? And what is the fix? I might need that next time. Number 2, being authentic and having relatable formats is very important. This is why things like behind the scenes, day in the life, fails and wins, tutorials work really, really well. We want to connect with people. We want to understand them better. And we want to feel like we've got more context on their lives. Our brain likes to complete the picture. So help other people's brains complete that picture. So here is an example coffee shop, what your barista sees at 6 a.m. series, fantastic. Starbucks has been rolling out some really nice ones, like, the funny names that they accidentally write wrong on the cups. It's become a thing. It's almost like, well, what happens when we've got to read our own handwriting? Brilliant. There's always something you can do which is a little bit different. All right, so number 3, serialized or episodic content. So build up Tip Tuesdays, customer stories. I've got these lunch and learns, right? This is longer form content. Let's clarify that, not short form like we're talking about today, but they're happening in a series. I date them, I get them out there. It's content that people can engage with. And it helps encourage people to follow or join up for the next episode. So you can be doing this in shorts, you can be doing this in podcasts, you can be doing it in a number of different ways. Number 4, a value-first approach. So quick tips, how to, local spotlights, trust and share. It helps build trust and shares. Sorry, that's what I want to say. So an example here, boutique style of $50 outfit, create a reel out of it. Fantastic, nice, quick and easy. And you'll see, there's lots of these videos where it's like wear versus style, right? And I'm going to show you how to style it for $50. Fantastic. Change it to rands, change it to pounds. You can come up with content like this for your business. Always keep your end consumer in mind and go, does this actually add value to them? If yes, that is your video to create. Number 5, platform-specific optimization. Important. You wanted to actually, sit on the platform properly, and you want it to feel like it belongs there for people to interact with it. The minute something feels out of place, we disengage faster. All right. So like for TikTok, pick those trending sounds, your fast cuts and your bold captions. You've got a couple of words, short, sweet, and to the point. Your reels, you want a little bit more polished human mix, shopping tags if you're using it for an e-commerce store, and your shorts should be educational and SEO focused as far as those titles are concerned. So just keep that in mind when you're creating content for the different platforms. You can take the same concept, might just need to do 3 different videos depending on how you're presenting it at the end of the day. And then number 6, this is a really good one because sometimes life gets busy and you might not have a lot of time to shoot video, but you can repurpose ruthlessly. So something like this, right, where I'm doing a longer form video, I could go and come and break up all of these tips that I'm giving you. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little tips. Let's get those out there. Let's go and build some traction and take it from there. You also get an opportunity to cross-post with tweaks. You could take it and repurpose it, make it into something new later, especially once you start creating a bit of a library for yourself. That is important. Number 7, call to action and your engagement. So make sure you always end your video with what you want people to do next, whether that's comment on your fave, the link is in the bio, please go read more, get in contact with me, book a free session, buy now, whatever it is. Tell people what you want them to do next. If you don't, they don't. It's that simple. So some practical implementation just to help you with this. So you can see how to go about changing your life and bringing more video into your day. Step 1, choose one platform and one format first. Don't go try and eat the elephant, all right? That's how we set ourselves up to fail, to go one thing at a time. So if you are, and I also would say, go for the platform that you're the most comfortable on to start with. You can always figure the other ones out later. So if you're an Instagram person, go figure this out for Instagram first. If you really love TikTok, that's your space to go figure it out first, okay? Then batch record a whole load of stuff. Wherever you got time, just put some time in your default diary, go and batch record, get some raw footage, get something you can work with going forward, and then edit a couple of clips. You're aiming for 30 to 60 seconds maximum, up to 90. Okay, so you've got up until 90, but the best sweet spot for ROI targeting is 30 to 60 seconds. And then post 3 to 5 times a week consistently. We like to start clients at 3 posts a week as a minimum, because anything less than that, you just do not get traction. So please don't feel that 1 post a week or 2 posts a week is enough. We have enough data to show it's not. 3 posts a week is what you need to be doing. And then also engage the replies, build a community, go talk to people. If they've taken the time to comment back at you, go and talk back to them. Go engage. You never know. They might be your next client, referral partner, service provider, who knows? And that could make a big change in your business. So your timeline of this, week 1, experiment, then whatever's working, bring it into the month, and then after a quarter, start optimizing. What worked, what didn't, what do I want to do more of, what do I want to do less of? You need data to be able to make those decisions. So when it comes to data and measuring your success and figuring out where the common pitfalls may be, you can look at your KPIs of what you want to watch. So what are your key performance indicators? Views, very important. So if you put something up and it hasn't got a lot of views, it wasn't great content, or it just didn't connect. Maybe it just needs reframing, or the hook needs to be different at the beginning. Your watch time or completion rate is also really important, because if a lot of people start then stop, it's also not good. You want to see people watching it all the way through, so they can see that call to action. That's important. Saves and shares. Who put it in there? Who put it in their little locker for later? Who put it out there for everyone else to see? Did it drive profile visits? Did it drive link clicks? Or were they on your website? Did you get any sales from it? All of that information is really important, and it helps you make better decisions going forward. And so your platform analytics, if you're on Meta or TikTok, you can get these details out of the platform and see what worked. And always, 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 please have Google Analytics up and running on your website. We do often find that this has not been set up, which gives you a lost opportunity where you don't know how things have done, what your historic data look like, how are you going to compare. These are all very important things so you can make stronger business decisions going forward. Now, your pitfalls when it comes to content would be over polishing. Don't go and edit and edit and edit and make it look like it's amazing. That's not the point. Every time you do an edit, you lose authenticity. So keep it as authentic as absolutely possible. Inconsistent posting is harmful. You sort of get everyone's attention, then disappear. Get everyone's attention, then disappear. You're not going to get traction if you do it that way. But if you're consistent, that's fine. It doesn't have to be every day. Like we said, 3 times a week, minimum. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's consistency. If people know that those are the days you talk on, they will know when to come and find new content from you. So that's important. Then if you ignore trends and sounds, you miss an algorithm boost, because if it's trending, it's getting in front of a lot of people. So, if you've got to do something quickly and you want to see what's going to be impactful, go and check and see what the trends are at the moment. And then don't forget your call to action. Otherwise, you've got everyone there and excited, but no party afterwards. So please do keep that in mind. Now, I said I was going to give you an example of where we did this with organic content. We got the opportunity last year to work with Ford South Africa, which was absolutely amazing. We came in from a training perspective, hence we can see done with them. So we didn't do it for them, we did it with them. For them, we would have taken over. With them, through training. Okay, so sitting there and training them on how to do this authentic content, and it received a 6% increase in national sales. We had a way of tracking that. We know that it came back to the organic content, and we're incredibly impressed with the team and what they did and the results that we got, because it was all good and well that we taught, but if they didn't pick up the knowledge and run with it, they would not have been able to achieve this amazing increase. So incredibly well done to that team. But we want to be doing more of this for businesses who want to take themselves seriously and grow going forward. So as you can see, there were other intangible effects of this for the business, which is brilliant. We like things that, sort of answer more than just money. Money, yes, money's great. Revenue is fantastic, profit even better, but we want to make sure that we are, helping businesses grow, and in this team connect, team satisfaction, collaboration. Brilliant. So part of how we do that is these sessions that we do. So twice a month we have lunch and learns. This is the first one for March. There will be another one in 2 weeks' time, and you are welcome to sign up for as many of these as you would love to. They are free, and you get some information like this, and you also get the opportunity to ask some questions. We also have some events this year, and we're looking really forward to hosting these. My first one I'm hosting is next week on the 19th of March with Annie Ilfue from Storied, and we're going to be talking about growth actually in a business. Annie's a fantastic storyteller. She is great at connecting people with the story that will connect them with business. And once you're done with that, I'm going to really teach you what we did with Ford. Okay, so you can then go and start connecting with some better results as well. Tickets are available until the 17th, so please go and sign yourself up now. Now, there are some more workshops that we got planned for this year. This will not be the only opportunity. I've had a couple of people let me know that they're not going to be able to make this one, but looking at one up in Joburg in May, and then 2 more down here in the Western Cape in the rest of the year. And I'm going to have different speakers for every single one of these. We're looking at some pay-per-click and campaigning, branding, as well as business and marketing strategy across these 3 workshops. So very excited to be sharing the stage with some pretty cool people, and I'll be sharing who they are, in due time, just before the events. Now, something else that we're rolling out, another done with you option, is a marketing group coaching. Now, I'm going to be rolling out the waiting list for this next week, but the idea is that the first session is going to be all just you and me, and we're going to come up with your marketing blueprint and a plan of action, and then you go into a coaching group environment where you'll be held accountable so that you keep progressing. And also, what else do we get out of that? You get my knowledge and insight and information, troubleshooting. I'm here to soundboard. And also you get to learn from the other businesses in the room. I started with business coaching 1 year into business, and I found that the group environment was fantastic because I learned as much from my fellow business owners who were in the coaching as I did from the coach. So that's why we've set it up. And we're only going to be taking 8 businesses into this group as well, so we can help drive a difference in their marketing and, at the end of the day, their bottom line. We've always offered a done for you service as well, and we've had some amazing clients in this space over the last almost 8 years. And as you can see, sometimes we get up to 3 times their promotion performance, with some really good return on investments and things like that. So these are a couple of the clients that we've helped through this done for you service. Like I said, we take it on, we work in consultation with our clients, but at the end of the day, we make sure it all happens. And there is absolutely no size limit to the size of the business that we can help. Yes, these are the big guys and the big fish in the pond, but what about the client who can only afford Facebook? We can find a solution. What if we're only able to look at LinkedIn and Google Ads and how those would work together? We can find a solution. Just paid ads and you're going to be doing your organic content in-house? No problem. Point 3, no problem. And then, focusing again, ads and promotions with newsletters, not a problem at all. We can come in and complement what you can hand over and want more help with if there's parts that you are doing particularly well that you want to hold on to. To give you an idea of what that content cycle looks like, we start off always with monthly strategy meetings, and this is continual, the cycles every month. And after we know what it is that we can do to help you in your business this month, we then look at the content creation. We get that signed off. We go and schedule and implement it. We report back at the end of the month, and we start again. Report, discuss, decide, create, sign off, schedule, and so we go. And this is how we've built some really good success for the businesses we work with. So thank you so much. I'd love to ask you to please sign up for the next Lunch and Learn, as well as let me know if you would like to have a further call and consultation. I offer a free strategy chat to anybody who's interested in exploring their marketing further. And from there, we can always find the best option for you and your business.